feel like that would be like the best like podcast ever would be Beans and Cornbread. You know. Welcome to Beans and Cornbread. I'm Cornbread, and I'm here with Beans. You don't like that at all? I don't know, man. There's a guy who started a City of Heroes podcast, but it didn't get too popular. It's kind of sad.
City of Heroes.
Dude, do you know that was out, right?
I played, like, it always makes me think of Champions Online.
Champions Online is the copycat. Champions Online was like after City of Heroes was like, let's do whatever.
Oh, okay.
Champions Online is the homogenized City of Heroes.
Okay, well, yeah, it's the free-to-play version.
But City of Heroes came back online from a private server, and the private server was like, we're also the guys who hacked them. So if you guys want to play City of Heroes, they can't sue us, because if they sue us, we're just going to release information that was hacked, and then they get sued because by everyone who wasn't announced that they had a leak of information. So NCSoft is in a bind because they're basically holding the IP hostage right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really great. But it's like they're allowed to, they pretty much are allowed to stream it now. I mean, not stream it. They're allowed to use the IP or whatever. Pretty cool.
So, what makes City of Heroes better than Champions Online?
I could never get it in Champions Online. I don't know what to tell you about Champions Online.
Okay. Well, tell me about City of Heroes. Like, what is City? Pretend I know nothing about it. Like, give me the spiel, the pitch.
Do you know anything about MMORPGs?
Yes.
Okay, so there's dedicated CC classes, and they have a place in the group, even though they're just dedicated to do CC and damage. There's dedicated support classes that are just there to buff, and they have active active play set. It's got the most expansive character creation that I've ever seen in any MMORPG ever. It's got easily more, like, because we've played Arcade, it's easily got more class combinations than Arcade. Basically, there's like 30 skill sets per class archetype just in the first set and the second set. So if you had a concept of a character, you could come up with it pretty much. They've got dedicated pet classes. You can customize emotes for your pets, so your pets can emote at you. They can start worshiping you. If you have thugs, you could be the guy who's like a cult leader. If you wanted to start like a air quotes cult leader character. If you wanted to have ninjas, you could have a ninja character. If you were up for it, you could make a character who was melee but only used ranged attacks. And like that's a valid playstyle. Sometimes people do stuff like that. There's certain zones that you can do that are interactive between the air quotes Horde and Alliance, but it's the villains and the heroes. And there's certain reasons to farm in those areas to like get what you need for certain events. They've got 8-man task force, and task forces are like 10-hour dungeon mission quests. They've got
10-hour mission quests.
Yeah, imagine like you just log
IRL 10 hours.
Yeah, it'll take 10 hours to do it as task force if you do it wrong.
And like you have to do this with a group, or is this like solo?
Group. It's like a group. It's like a group with like a raid, and they start at like level 14, all the way up to max level. Yeah. So if you want to just do one thing a day, like you just do one task force a day.
If you want to do one thing a day for 10 hours.
Exactly. Um, yeah, it's like remember like it's like AV, right? Remember 10-hour AV? Well, like it's still to the day that you could take 4 hours to do it nowadays. So people don't like to goof off. Um, they've got a badge system instead of an achievement system. So you earn badges and everyone sees your badges. And they have a badge
So
window of all the achievements you add badges you've had. Some
so
of them stat benefits or temporary powers.
like when you make a character, like character selection, like new to the game, is like do you pick like I'm a good guy, I'm a bad guy? Like is there a faction system?
Yeah, so you're either a good guy or a bad guy. You're a
Okay.
hero, villain, or
All
you
right.
go into the later game expansion, which was called Going Rogue, and you start as a brand new character in a parallel dimension that has the loyalists and the not vigilantes. What are they called? The separatists, and it's a parallel universe where there's only one city, and it's left over from the a nuclear holocaust kind of thing. It's like the only surviving city from that part of the world, from that universe. And then eventually you become a hero or a villain.
But you get to choose.
Yeah, you get to choose. Yeah.
Sort of like how the
Before-
pandas got to choose, right?
Yeah, for sure. And you
Okay.
can also choose past that. You can also choose past that between it. So if you want to be a hero who turns into a villain, you can do that.
Oh, okay.
You can come back if you want to too. Anytime. You can be a vigilante or a rogue, and vigilantes and rogues can do PvP on either side, depending. Which is pretty exciting. If you wanted to be the supreme AoE king, you could be the supreme AoE king, and you could just have the best amount of AoEs and be the guy who just like pulls like tons of mobs. You're gonna have to edit that out of the podcast, by the way.
So we I remember whenever I played Champions Online, like you could design your character in a way that was great for PvE. But when it came to PvP, it was just stupid broken. It was like if you were messing with somebody and they had this certain play style, there was no way you was going to kill him. It was just impossible that you could 1v1 this guy because he was like constant life gain while dealing damage, and so you can't hurt him enough. Like, is it like that in Heroes, or is it like is there not an OP PvP build that people
So
like? That's dumb. Don't do that.
there definitely is OP PvP builds. There's some in arena based PvP, which is like is its own system. You actually you get to a teleporter room and you teleport into a battle arena and fight other people, and it's only self-made queues, so you can't actually like there's no Warsong goals really unless you consider out overworld PvP with players. But there definitely is overpowered builds. Like if you just wanted to be the laziest tank ever, you could build yourself to be like a good tank, and then like in PvP you'd never be able to get killed. But yeah.
Because I remember I had like the main character I played was like this big mech, and he had like a big American flag cowboy guitar, and
Nice.
it was fun. But then when people were gonna be jerks and like messing with other people, like, oh, I'm gonna win all these duels because I've got this certain build, but it's not this build. It's because I'm good. Like I log onto my alt, which I called Princess Trololo, that was like had that troll build, and I'd duel them, and like no, the duel would just go on until they're like fine, whatever, and they'd leave because neither of us would die.
Right? It was like a full defensive character.
Well, no, it's like while I'm dealing damage to you, I'm healing myself that much. So, like, we would both be doing the same shtick. We'd both be damaging each other, but healing ourselves at the same time, so neither of us would die.
Oh, so you just do that to counteract the trolls, like, you know?
Right, right.
Nice. It's cool. That's like dark melee in this case, which is like dark energy melee attacks.
Uh-huh.
And that's like Scrapper, Stalker, Brute, Tanker power sets.
But yeah, it was fun playing a giant mech with an American flag guitar and a cowboy hat and shooting rockets. That was fun. I didn't really do that much in the game. Like, I started playing it with some friends, and then I kind of like stopped playing it, and so I just kind of like mildly RP. You know, I just kind of just spider shoot across the city or whatever, and I just find people fighting, and I just like jump in. Like, I wasn't really too worried about the quests. That might have been what got me.
Right. One thing about City of Heroes is like there's a lot to do if you want to like focus in a certain direction, right? Which is pretty cool. They've got an auction house that you can access at any point in time and anywhere, which is pretty cool. I like that too. It's called Wentworth, or it's called the Black Market, depending if you're a hero or a villain. But you can download that like for free on the website. Like on they have to start a forum account, and then they'll give you the launcher, and then you download it.
What, City of Heroes?
Yeah, it doesn't have a subscription anymore because it's private server, or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm really glad they came back.
So, is WoW Classic like the one game you're playing right now, or are you spread across multiple games? Like
WoW Classic for sure. I've got a lot to do. I'm trying to level all my characters in one bulk.
Yeah. Thing. See, that's why I can't do it. It's like I wanted something more. You know, it's like there's so much that WoW can give you that you just start to suckle on that teat, and that's all you need. And it's like there's so much more out there. I want to do something different.
Right.
And then it just like embraces you in its huge, warm, comfy arms, and it's like, no, we've got new content coming, I swear.
Right.
You're like, okay, you know, I want to be there when it happens. I want to be there when the gates open, and you know, and it's fun. It's fun. It's everything that you could need, but it's sort of like it's like Christianity, like old school Christianity. It's like they just took all the good things from all the other religions and said, you know what? Yeah, we got that too. We got it. Come on. You get it, and it's the right thing because we say it is. Right? It's like that's what WoW did. They built upon the success of other MMOs, and then whenever something new came along, like no, they had original stuff too, but they're like, yeah, well, you know what? That's really popular. Let's incorporate that into our game. And I mean, it worked. It's a little on the nose, like, we know you did it, but I mean, you still enjoy it.
Right? I mean, really, the only thing competition they had, the only thing that really existed back then was like EverQuest.
Yeah.
You know,
EverQuest 2.
EverQuest, yeah. Eventually, they lost sight of the vision with some of the people changing them hands, you know, and it became less interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, there were definitely a few expansions where a lot of people lost interest, but you always come back eventually. And the game has been around for so long. It's like a on again, off again old ex that, like, you don't really, whenever you got something better, you really don't want to know her, but when you're on hard times, you can always give her a call and be like, hey, let's make dumb choices.
I feel like WoW has always been my main girlfriend, though. You know? Like, she's always been my main girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I cheat on her if I don't play her, if I'm not with her, you know?
Yeah.
That's how I feel, honestly. Because, like, I've put, like, 10 years of my life into this girl, you know?
Yeah, you've invested so much.
Right? That's why I want to, like, get my character set up. I'm so smart that, like, people don't even understand what I'm doing, and they've played for, like, 4 years straight, and they're like, what are you doing again? Why do you want to do this? I'm like, because this, and this. And they're like, that's excessive. You should do this. I'm going to kick you out of my guild now. And I'm like, ugh.
I mean, it is. It's a whole world. It's more than a world of Warcraft. It's multiple worlds now.
Right.
Multiple time periods.
You got Draenor. You got Outlands. You got Argus. Get that for sure. Yeah, I
can't even imagine playing on a PvE server. Like, I've played PvP servers so much because all my friends play PvP servers. Like just being all peaceful. Like, that's got to be the life. Like, it must be so peaceful. Like, no, but hey, bro, hey, I know you're the enemy faction. We'll just chill. We'll just do this quest together. It's cool. No, it ain't like that in my world. It's always hate.
I honestly felt like they should make peace servers where it's like literally you can play as any faction, like any.
Right.
You wanted to be like, you know what I mean? Like, literally, it's like you can go in.
Everybody's cool with everybody. Yeah, you can go to every zone. They're like, yeah, come on.
Like, everyone's friendly. Like,
and then you can just queue for battlegrounds, you know.
Right?
Yeah. You know what? That's going to be the new thing. We're gonna get that out there. We're gonna give them the new update. Like, listen, dude, peace servers. It'll be out in 2022. They're going to be like, got a great new thing. It's going to come out at G3. Peace servers.
Right.
And, like, all the hard-nosed PvP guys are going to be, like, mad. But the RPers are going to be like, yes.
And it's just a different timeline, you know?
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, it could be, like, tied in with Chromie or something. Like, there's a shatter in the timeline, and like a fractured timeline has paralleled ours, and it's like bathed in the light of peace.
Right. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. Or maybe it's like Pandarans are the new leaders of the world. Like, Chin Stormshot is the real king of the entire planet, you know?
Oh, man. It's like, no, the giant being that is Azeroth. that that's growing inside of Azeroth. Like it takes form and it's actually a panda. It's like Azeroth just becomes the panda's belly, like rotating around, like still orbiting. It's just inside a giant cosmic panda belly.
You know how many people would be so angry if that happened?
Yeah.
Would it have to be a girl panda though?
Ooh. Interesting. I think it would be kind of like an androgynous. Like you couldn't really ambiguous. Like you couldn't really tell.
Well, Azeroth is is either a demon name or like a girl name, you know. It's the Earth Mother, so.
Well, there you go.
Mother Earth. That'd be so funny though if you think about it. Like literally, it's like Panda Planet. Welcome to Panda Planet.
Oh, and yeah, it's like there's like some, giant demon. Oh, spoiler alert! There's like some giant demon that's like bigger than the planet, and that he's gonna attack Azeroth and like stab it for realsies this time, and then that's the moment when Azeroth awakens, and it's just a big panda that grabs it. grabs his arm and is like, "Oh no, you don't." Gives him the old skadoosh.
Skadoosh. You son of a bitch. That never needs to happen. They're awful.
Okay, all right. Well, speaking of space stuff, that's another thing that gets me. Like,
I know where you're going with this.
Okay, like the Trey and I have a freaking spaceship. They have a spaceship that is just stationary above the planet. It's a spaceship. One, let's move this thing around, right? Two, you've got orbital cannons. Guys, problem solved, right?
Right?
No, there's magic or something. Heaven forbid, we can't go to the other side of Azeroth to see what's on its butt.
Apparently there's a butt to Azeroth,
Yeah.
That's what Red Shirt said, What about double Mists of Pandaria? It's like Mists of Pandaria, but it's like double Mists of Pandaria. We go back to Pandaland.
But now there's a big rift in the continent because of the butt cheeks. It's like how Draenor, not Draenor, but like the planet that got like ripped apart.
Right. It's the rift.
Yeah, it's the rift.
It's the panda butt. So back when Mist of Pandaria was announced, I was on Trade Chat. I said, next expansion, guys, in 2020, Sands of Chihuahua. Guess what race came out about that time?
Oh my goodness, the little furry foxes.
Yeah, Sands of Chihuahua. There's people who quit right then and there. Like, I'm quitting. I'm not gonna let that happen. I got banned for a week over it because they're like, you can't be saying that kind of stuff about our game, guy. And I want that fucking week. I want that time back. Like literally, like if I can get that week back that I couldn't play.
Yeah, well,
what did added to my account?
What did you do? What did you do during that time? Like you wasn't playing WoW when they ripped the IV off.
I don't know. I don't remember. Probably play City Heroes.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Or Diablo 2. Or Arcade or something.
Something.
It's always something.